want you to stop right now and consider the last few moments of your life. So what thoughts just went through your mind? What worries or complaints went through your thoughts over the last few minutes? Or did you find this exercise hard to do? You know, many people find this difficult because they're just not used to paying attention to their thoughts or emotions. But you know, if you're not taking the time to reflect, you might actually find yourself experiencing life as if you have no control over things. There's a growing body of research that shows the thoughts we hold have great power to impact our overall health and well-being. Our thoughts actually impact the hormones that are released by our brain and the way we respond to a given situation. They impact our sleep, our concentration, our moods, and our ability to cope with stress. If our thoughts are negative, our brains will release destructive neurochemicals that have an adverse impact on our brains, our bodies, and also our emotions. And conversely, positive thoughts improve our happiness and well-being, and they lower our physical and emotional stress. But because negative thoughts appear to carry greater weight in our brains, we actually need a minimum of 5 positive thoughts to balance each negative thought. Multiple studies have found that optimistic people have far more positive outcomes in their experiences. They have better health, they live longer, they have greater resilience, they have healthier relationships, and they're even more successful in their careers. Now, some of us are more naturally wired to be optimistic, and others pessimistic. And our way of thinking is also impacted by our family of origin and the mindset of our parents. Regardless, though, the good news is that you can learn to manage your thought life, which can then give you control over your overall well-being and experience of life. Optimism is a learned skill. It takes practice and repetition before we can master it, and all of us can learn to do this. God has wired all of us to be able to overcome difficulties in our lives with His help, to experience great joy and peace and freedom regardless of our circumstances. So if you'd like to learn how to be more optimistic and positive in your thought life, try this. First of all, pay attention to your thought life. As you pay attention to your thoughts on a regular basis, you're going to get better at this skill, and you're going to be able to recognize negative thinking sooner. Use your emotions to help you, because when you're feeling bad, there's a good chance there's some negative thinking behind those emotions. And then second of all, notice when you have a negative thought. Identify the negative thought, and the more specific you can be, the better. And over time, you're going to find that there's going to be themes with your negative thinking. And third of all, reframe your negative thought. The sooner you can put a stop to the negative thinking, the better. So how might your worry or critical thought or angry response be reframed in a more positive light? Fourthly, refuse to give ground to the negative thought. Actively fight your thought by refusing to ruminate on that negative thought. Find a verse in the Bible that deals specifically with your thought. Repeat that verse as many times as you need to cancel out that negative thought. You can even say the verse out loud to really fight that negative thought. And then fifthly, focus your thoughts on the positive. On a daily basis, just flood your mind with uplifting thoughts and words. Set aside time each day to think about things for which you're grateful. Think about scripture verses that bring you a sense of hope and peace. It might feel a little unnatural at first, but keep it up because you're releasing happy hormones in your brain. And lastly, get some accountability and help. If you're really serious about turning things around in your mind, give permission to a few trusted friends and family to challenge you every time they sense some negative thinking happening. And if necessary, consider getting help from a professional if you'd really like to get a good handle on your negative thinking. I'm Dr. Mary.